A chilly Friday night at Coors Field. If you get a bit too chilly, come on inside. We are at the Sandlot Steakhouse and Brewery. I'm going to emphasize brewery. Okay, they have their own beer on tap. Slugger Stout, Right Field Red, Power Alley, and the Brewmaster Special. I highly recommend the Brewmaster Special. What's going on out there? I hear the crowd going nuts. Is that a homer?
You missed it. Preston Wilson drives one into the seats in left field. His 8th of the year, and it's 3-1 Colorado.
Preston Wilson is buying everyone a beer.
Might want to check with Preston.
Yeah, I might want to check with Preston.
Yeah, I tell you what, how about Preston Wilson, huh? This guy has been red hot since May 1. Fastball in. It didn't take long for that ball to get out of the ballpark either. The drop of the bat, the sprint up the first base line till he saw it clear the yellow line. His 8th home run of the year for Preston Wilson, who now has 29 RBIs.
Well, you knew that Milton was going to go the whole game and not give up a home run. His 21st allowed this year. Dustin Moore got a changeup, and it's 1-1. Keith,
yes, I'm watching the developments on this big square box they have above me now. That would be a television screen, and that would show me that Preston Wilson hit a home run. You know, there's some really neat things here aside from the great food. This is one of the full-service restaurants at Coors Field. Every one of these columns has a lot of baseball history. Oh, that's Barry Bonds. Let's not show that one. But you got Cal Ripken Jr., and they talk about the first free agent re-entry draft in 1976, and it's just a great time. One more thing over here. Can I just show them this real fast? Don't hit a home run now. Don't hit a home run. Well, I guess that would be fine. The Rockies player could do that. This is the home plate that was used in the final game at Mile High Stadium. It was flown by helicopter from Mile High Stadium to Coors Field for the first game here at 20th and Blake. Did I miss another homer?
No, you missed a clean single by Dustin Moore, though.
I'm going to go eat now.
That's what you've been doing the last 5 innings.
Well, eating and also, you know, imbibing. It's a fancy word for a beverage.
Yeah, I understand. All right, Keith. 3-1 Rockies. Milton's given up 7 hits. Francis has allowed 3. Atkins line drive, gap in right center field. Moore's around second. He'll have a chance to score. He gets the green light from Mike Gallego. No throw. Moore will throw his body down anyhow. It's 4-1 on the RBI double by Atkins.
Moore just making sure Keith Schultz will be busy after the ball game with all these slides. Third at the plate. Right into right center field, and you see the chase on by Austin Kearns in right field. And you see Dustin Moore coming around the bag at third and heading to the house, and slid anyway.
Never miss the opportunity if you're Dustin Moore to get the uni dirt. Desi Relaford up there, 3 straight hits. He needs a triple for the cycle in the inning. Ricky Stone has begun throwing in the bullpen for Cincinnati. 2 in the second, now 2 in the 5th. Nobody out for the Rockies. There's Stone. Preston. Well, they could do it to each other because they both need some cooling off, huh?
I tell you what, Preston says, you know what, if you hit it as far as I did, all you do is just jog. You don't have to run nearly as hard.
You know, you know what? It's kind of funny because Desi's standing there. I think his hands are up that you could stand up. And Dustin said, the heck, but I'm going to slide anyhow. And it wasn't just a head first slide into the plate. You know, he kind of
belly
third
flop.
base slide, side, reach out, tag the plate with your hand.
Oh, get dirtier next time. You know what? It'd only top it off if he dove for a ball and caught it in the gap and slid about 20 feet in water.
Something about the Cincinnati Reds, 8 for 9 in his career. On the outside corner, 3-2. Been a good bounce back year for Desi offensively. Rough year in Kansas City swinging the bat. This year he's been outstanding swinging it. 3-2. Did his job, chopped it right side. Moving the runner to third base. Garrett Atkins is there. And J.D. Klosser will come up. Here's what's on tap for the Colorado Rockies in our television schedule, brought to you by our friends at Budweiser. Tomorrow we're on the air with the pregame show at 5:30. The ball game's at 6. Sunday on UPN 20. We're on channel 20 every Sunday, 1 p.m. And then Monday, the White Sox come a-calling. Monday and Tuesday, 6:30 pregames on FSN, Rocky Mountain. To see Ozzie Guillen's team, the charismatic Ozzie Guillen. The Reds will pull the infield in, down 4-1 in the 5th.
Earlier in this same type of situation, they walked Klosser.
Difference then is there were 2 outs.
2 outs, exactly. I didn't know if they'd want to try to set up the double play ball with the on-deck hitter being Jeff Francis. There's Jeffrey. 102 pitches so far in this ball game for Eric Milton.
The Reds wanted to go out and make a splash in the offseason. They had declining ticket sales. So they signed Eric Milton. I have to be honest with you, I don't think his talents work well in the ballpark that is his home now in Cincinnati. This is a quality pitcher, but he needs a big ballpark. He needs Dodger Stadium. He needs Petco. That kind of ballpark, he's going to win and win big.
I would agree with you. You know, he won in Minnesota, which was a little bit of a cracker box there at the Metrodome. That's a place not easy to pitch in.
0-2, and Klosser fouls it into the third deck. I mean, I guess you can make the argument he pitched in a bandbox in Philadelphia and he won 14 times last year, but he gave up a bunch of home runs. And
well, he's given up 21 home runs. 11 of those have been solo shots this year.
His ERA over 7 coming in. And it doesn't look like it's going to go down.
Not tonight.
Broken bat liner, just foul. Run! Even with this at bat, I don't know what will happen. It's 0-2 still on J.D. Klosser. But George, I mean, a week ago, J.D. would be in the dugout already.
Oh, absolutely. He had already swung pitches out of the strike zone. And you could feed him high and away, you could feed him down and in, either way. I mean, it was, he had a lot of holes working. Now all of a sudden starting to feel confident, feel the groove.
Changeup gets the strikeout for Eric Milton. 2 outs, and Jeff Francis will come up. Let's take a look at who's hot in the National League. I know one guy who's hot. Derek Lee. He had 8 straight hits coming into tonight's ball game in San Diego. He was 0 for 2 his first 2 times up, but still over his last 7 games, 679. Is that any good? 5 home runs. Rockies saw enough of him. Derek Lee having an MVP kind of year, and Nick Johnson doing a nice job in Washington. Ground ball up the middle. Can Francis beat the throw? He cannot. Good job by Rich Aurelia showing some range. Francis almost had himself his second major league hit. It would have driven in Atkins. The Rockies come up with a couple of runs. Preston Wilson with a home run, his 8th. And Dustin Moore singled to score on Garrett Atkins' double. 4-1 Rockies.
San Rocky Mountain.
Rockies with 2 in the second, 2 more in the bottom half of inning number 5. They lead 4-1. Let's learn a little more about Jeff Francis. This all brought to you by Charles Schwab.
Favorite sport other than baseball is hockey. If I describe myself in one word, reserved. Best advice anyone has ever given me is to work hard and trust what you've done off the field to transfer onto the field.
Well, it's working tonight for Jeff Francis in search of win number 5 this year. He's leading the National League among rookies with the 4 wins. And he's pitched well. Strikeout an inning. Joe Randa, Rich Aurelia, and Jason LaRue. Collectively, that group 0 for 5 and a walk. Randa, ground ball to second and a strikeout. And the curveball's low. One ball and 1 strike. Joe Randa from the state of Wisconsin, then went to a junior college in Florida and ended up at the University of Tennessee. Rockies have a player that's pretty good from Tennessee. On the ground, 2 hops at Clint Barmas. Randa's gone. That'll bring Rich Aurelia to the plate. One of sports' most respected reporters returns to FSN and head-to-head with James Brown next week. Find out why Dwayne Wade is not your typical NBA superstar. Jake Glazer will get a lesson in ultimate fighting. Head-to-head with James Brown, Thursday, 7 p.m. only on FSN, Rocky Mountain. And here's the 1-1 on Aurelia, and he turns and wallops it. That is long gone into the night. That's up on the concourse. And it's 4-2. The only thing good about that ball was nobody was on. Rich Aurelia hit that halfway to Fort Collins. Really hit 37 one year. We were talking about his power last time. It's been a while since he's hit 20 in a season. That ball was crushed. Home run number 4 for Aurelia. .428 is the estimated distance on that home run. Jason LaRue last year hit 14 home runs, drove in 55. He batted .251. That was his best year overall offensively. 14 home runs and 390 at bats. He was a free agent at the end of the year, re-signed with the Reds. Reds hoping that he could move into that 18 to 20 home run category. curveball, and no play for Desi Relaford. Desi thought he'd be able to catch it on the fly. Then it was a short hop, and it hit off the heel of his glove. So LaRue is aboard. Let's go to the studio quickly and check in again with Dave Benz.
Hey, thanks, Drew. We'll keep it in the American League. Yankees, Twins. Bottom of the fifth. Twins down 3-2. Not anymore. Lou Ford comes up. Well, my script says it's a 3-run blast, but we'll just call it a home run after watching that Rich Aurelio home run. The Twins go on to win it 6-3. Yanks have lost 6 in a row now.
Yeah, not good for the New York Yankees of late. It was scored an error on Desi Relaford, so LaRue at first base with 1 out, and Jason Romano a double and hit by a pitch. For Relaford, his 4th error of the year. Takes a strike, 2-1. 4-2 Colorado. They have out-hit Cincinnati in the ballgame 8-4. Reds hitting the top of the 6th. The ballgame was delayed 31 minutes at the outset by rain. Two and two. He would not have been able to hit that if he was Kenyon Martin's size. And Francis tried to induce him to go there again. Romano was just promoted from Louisville about a week ago. Paul Wilson went on the disabled list. Ground ball. Atkins comes up with it. Low throw. Relaford picked it out of the dirt, and it was in time, barely. 2 outs.
I tell you, he's not going to have a play on Romano. He runs very well up the line at first base. So when this ball's deep behind the bag, the only option he has is to go to second base and the snap throw over. Able to pick it.
Get a pinch hitter naturally for Eric Milton. It'll be Jacob Cruz. That kind of surprises me a little bit. I mean, you have 2 switch hitters on the bench. And Lopez, Valentin. Everybody else a left-handed bat. Cruz, Dunn, and Griffey. I understand saving Dunn and Griffey for later on. Dave Miley felt this was his best option right now. So the one-time Rocky, Jacob Cruz, will be the pinch hitter. Romano draws a throw. Young Kim throwing in the Rockies bullpen. Breaking pitch for a strike.
Yeah, Francis' pitch count, it's at 102 right now also. Milton's pitch count jumped above 100 in the 5th inning.
And here's the thing, if Clint's looking at the 7th inning, Matt Anderson's thrown a bunch lately, so Matt Anderson not really available tonight unless it was a real crisis. And then in the 8th inning, the Rockies like to go to Jay Witasic naturally when they're up, and then Fuentes in the 9th. So somebody had to replace Anderson tonight in the 7th, and Young Kim apparently will get the call.
Well, Jeff's battled through this game. Finish it off here against the lefty.
1-2.
You see what he's done against left-handers. Look at that big number, 400. Right-handers 257. Rarely gets the opportunity.
Yeah, he rarely starts. Also, he is the primary pinch hitter for Dave Miley. 2-2. In fact, he has 2 starts, both in left field, both in the last 10 days.
Pretty good discipline there. 2-2 count, big slider. Started right at him, way off of him.
Cruz in 2001 hit .211 with 1 home run in 44 games with the Rockies. That was a trade that did not work out. And the 3-2 got him. He waved at it, and Jeff Francis is safely through the 6th inning, though he did give up a home run to Rich Aurelia in the 6th. But his club's ahead 4-2. Francis receiving congratulations. Strong outing. Gave up 2 runs, both on home runs, 4 hits, struck out 6. And he departs with a 4-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. For every home run the Rockies hit during tonight's game, and they've already hit 1, Preston Wilson knocked 1 out of the yard. And during all the La Porra de Plata games in 2005, Coors Brewing Company will donate $500 to Sam Sandos's Christmas baskets. Varmus 1 for 3. And he takes a strike from Ryan Wagner.
You know, that's good. That's great stuff. #1 pick by the Cincinnati Reds. 14th pick out of Houston.
Randa.
Oh, he may have hurt himself.
Yeah, it's the 2nd time he's had to dive to stop a ground ball hit by Varmus. The first time he threw Clint out. This time he couldn't get up. Apparently he's okay. It'll be an infield hit.
Well, I just wonder if he rolled the glove hand over when he went to go get this. See, look at the momentum here. See how he rolled right on that wrist? Wasn't good there. He had to eat the baseball. That prides himself in defense. 3 errors on the year. There's the overall numbers. Look at that, Drew. 28 innings, 8 walks, 25 strikeouts. He was retired, the first batter. In 25 of those 29 appearances. It looked like high fives in the Rockies dugout for Jeff Francis after getting out of that inning over 100. But there's nobody warming up in the Rockies bullpen at all. Kim is set down. Maybe he will go back out again.
Varmus takes off, hit and run. This could be a problem. They won't have a play. Gonzalez hit it off the plate, and it went about 40 feet in the air.
Now, a little confusion in the middle between Lopez and Aurelia, who was going to go get the baseball. Yeah, Aurelia thought he obviously did not have the best angle as Lopez did, and they come to get the baseball. Watch when this ball's hit. See that Varmus is off. Watch the 2 of them look at each other, and okay, you go ahead and take it and just eat the baseball. You're not going to have a play on him anyway.
No, the Rockies' first 2 hitters have hit it a combined 120 feet. They're both on.
Now take advantage of it from Matt Holliday, then Preston Wilson.
Matt with a 7-game hitting streak. Tonight he's 0 for 2 and a walk. And he was on that fastball by Wagner. This is fouled off as well. Eric Milton went 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, all of them earned on 8 hits. He walked 4, 1 intentional, 2 strikeouts. He threw 109 pitches. That's a bunch in 5 innings. Rockies now have out hit Cincinnati 10-4. Holliday takes low 1-2.
Wagner, the first pick we mentioned earlier out of the University of Houston program, along with TCU and Rice. They've all gotten a lot better quickly.
Casey couldn't catch up to it. And #1 prospect in their organization last year, Ryan Wagner. 49 appearances last year with Cincinnati. This ball left field, and it will drop. Around third, Barmes coming to the plate. Here's the throw. It's cut off by Casey. A run-scoring hit for Matt Holliday. And for Matt, it's RBI number 23, and he now has an 8-game hitting streak. And he did it behind in the count. 5-2 Colorado.
And been one ball hit hard here, but the aggressive play of the Rockies, that's a pretty good pitch by Wagner. Low and off the outside part of the plate, drops right out in front of Friel in center field. And then when his throw came, he threw on the run. I think this is probably what got this run in. Barmes, great read by Barmes. Cut that bag so well. And it's safe at the plate.
He just throws himself around the ballpark. It was a terrific read by Barmes. As soon as he knew it was going to drop, he was off. Wilson has hammered the baseball tonight. A double, a home run. And keep in mind, the only time they got him out, he hit a rocket at Joe Randa. For Preston is dialed in pretty well.
Obviously, the draft was very good for all of baseball in '03. Not only Wagner in the big league, first-round picks that have made it so far. Fourth, Tim Stoffers with San Diego, pitched last night. David Ardsma with San Francisco. Chad Cordero with Washington. Kyle Schleith with Detroit, all in the big leagues. Ardsma has pitched in the big leagues. The Rockies took Ian Stewart.
Ardsma's out at Cherry Creek High School.
Yep.
Wilson, left side, deep in the hole. Felipe Lopez threw it in the direction of first, but he had no place. The third infield hit of the inning for the Rockies, and they're loaded up for Dustin Moore, who never makes outs against the Reds.
Yeah, this can't be a really good feeling. You know, it's a right-on-right match. Clint's going to leave him in. A lot of times Clint would go to the lefty hop in this situation, but because he has swung the bat well against the Cincinnati Reds, Clint's going to opt to leave the right-hander in versus the right-hander. You know, as Randa broke on that baseball, I think that prevented Lopez from even thinking about going to third base, so he just basically gave it all he could to get it to the first base side.
Moore, a walk, a triple, and a single in the ball game. Rockies can break it wide open here. High fly ball to right field, playable for Kearns. Tagging at third base is Gonzalez, and he will score easily to make it 6-2. So Moore comes through with a sac fly. Rockies had a number of bases loaded situations the last couple of ball games. Atkins doubled his last time up. He's hit it hard twice tonight. He came up with the bases loaded in the first and hit a hard one-hopper right at Felipe Lopez. Rockies scoring runs in pairs tonight. 2 in the second, 2 in the fifth, 2 more here in the sixth. Ryan Wagner out of Yoakum, Texas. His parents must have had a premonition. They named him Ryan after Nolan Ryan out of Alvin, Texas. Good slider. Big kid, 6'4", close to 230 pounds. There's BK up again.
Well, I can think that as the Rockies expanded the lead to 4. He was up throwing earlier, so he's probably about 50%, maybe 70% loose. So it won't take him that long to get ready to come out to pitch the 7th. And the other thing I tell you, the young pitchers need to learn, and Francis is in this category, that you got a 6-2 lead. You've already over 100 pitches. You're not going to pitch into the 8th or 9th inning. So if you're spent, tell the manager, hey, I'm done. I don't have anything left in the tank. The hardest fastball I threw all night was the punch out to get Cruz to end the 6th inning. So, you know, you got to be honest with your manager and your pitching coach too.
Wagner working ahead here of Atkins, 1 and 2. Atkins keeps spoiling pitches. Dave Miley now in his 3rd year as a manager of the Reds, 26 years in all in the Reds organization. Runners move. Matt Holliday, Preston Wilson will have to come back. Corey Sullivan, Eddie Garabito in the Rockies dugout. That's a spacious dugout. Remember the old dugouts? Holliday has 6 stolen bases. He leads the club. And Atkins chops it over the head of Randa. It's a fair ball. Holliday will score easily. Wilson thinking about it. Now he gets the stop sign. He'll have to dive back. That'll be a double for Garrett Atkins. And his 2nd RBI of the ball game. 2 doubles, in fact. 7-2 Rockies.
Yeah, that game getting blown out here. And that's a pretty good pitch again by Wagner. Hard surface out front, off the top of the glove of Joe Randa, and then as it heads to the wall, that allows Holliday to come around to score. Romano has to come over from left field to get to the baseball. Wilson's safe. Atkins at 2nd. Picks up another RBI.
Desi Relaford takes a ball. Desi 1 for 3. He's kept his hitting streak alive, now up to 8 games. Rockies kind of methodically have produced 7 runs tonight on 13 hits. That's inside. Klosser's on deck. Rockies could go to Hop after Klosser or Sullivan. The pinch hit for Francis. 3-0. And now they'll load it up, so they have a force all around. 7-2, 1 out with Klosser coming up. Let's go around the National League West, see what's cooking in the Rockies division. Padres' Adam Eaton looking to win his 7th straight. He was 6-0 in the month of May, and it's 5-2 San Diego. Cubs had a 2-0 lead. Giants, they've just been miserable lately. And the Diamondbacks have fallen 3 games off the pace. They've lost 5 of 7.
We're trying to show a lot of support too. Ball right back to Casey. Will they be able to get to and eat the baseball?
Tell you what, JD runs decently for a catcher. He got up the line. The way it was hit initially, you thought it was going to be a 3-2-3 double play.
No, you really did. And this ball hit, the exchange goes to the plate. LaRue, I'm not sure why he didn't throw in, rather, unless Casey just wasn't back comfortably on the bag. Well, the Giants also extended the contract of Philippe Alou through 06. A couple of guys on the bubble that are winning in their divisions. Bruce Bochy in San Diego. They thought they've had something worked out a couple of times and did not. And then also with Lee Mazzilli with the Baltimore Orioles. Another guy that last year of his contract and his club's playing well.
Well, you kind of felt, George, when Sandy Alderson took over, became Kevin Towers' boss in San Diego, that the pressure would be on Bochy, who's been there forever for San Diego, so he put everything in place for San Diego to win. They've responded. Hop, the pinch hitter, with the bases loaded. Up the middle and on through. That will score 2. Here comes Relaford to the plate. It is 9-2 Colorado. 2 RBIs on the pinch single for Brad Hop.
Yeah, and he just continues to get hit after hit after hit. Sinker down and away on the outside half of the plate, trying to create that out, and the ball just scoots through the middle. It's an easy jog home for Atkins, followed by Relaford. Rocks tonight, first 5 innings, 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. In this inning, 4 for 5 so far, and it ain't over.
Well, the Rockies have now hit around, and they've knocked Ryan Wagner out of there. We'll come back. 9. Clint Barmes started the inning with an infield hit. And he's up again here in the 6th, this time facing Ricky Stone. The Rockies ahead 9-2. Up and in.
Well, Ricky Stone, wasn't he with the Padres a little bit, with the Houston Astros?
Been around.
Yeah, with the Astros last, 13th appearance for him, 16 innings, just 1 walk, 150 earned run average in his last 5 appearances.
2-0. Houston, George, for 3.5 years. Last year, Houston and San Diego.
Well, he's inherited 8 runners so far in his first 13 games, and 6 have scored.
2-0, and it is popped up short left center field. This could be a problem. It is. The ball's on the ground. Friel squeezed it. It didn't stick. And out at the plate is Brad Hop. That will end the inning. 1 run scored on the play. It is 10-2. And it is being scored, a base hit for Clint Barmes, so he'll get a ribby on it. Coors Light game reset. We're going to start last inning. It took forever, and it was a great inning for the Rockies. Clint Barmes would come around. Dustin Moore with a sacrifice fly. That would score a run. Garrett Atkins, big hop that produced a double and a run. Then Brad Hop, pinch single that drove in 2. And then Clint Barmes on a ball, honestly, that's got to be caught. But because of the traffic, Ryan Friel couldn't hold on amid 2 teammates. And that drops for a single. Kim in the 7th. And the first pitch is a strike to Ryan Friel. But George, Ryan Wagner is going to compete the rest of the year trying to undo what the 6 runs in 2/3 of an inning did to his ERA. That's why I think sometimes you look at a reliever's ERA and it's silly.
Well, that's why I always say that, and really Tug McGraw's the guy that probably implemented it in negotiations to try to make sense of a relief pitcher, and it was inherited runners scored. He thought that was the #1 deal, that he would judge whether he did his job or not. And the other thing they would look at, did you maintain the score the same as it was when you came in? What kind of job did you do? Because you're right. I mean, you can come in and have 1 blow-up inning like this, or you can leave a ball game and pitch poorly, but leave it with the bases loaded, and the guy gives up a granny, and you get whacked with 3 earned runs in a heartbeat, and that just kills your earned run. I mean, it'll take another 10 shutout innings to get his earned run average back down to where it's respectable again.
Here's the 2-2 on Friel. And he just missed with a slider. It's 3-2. I would think if the score remains in this neighborhood, George, you and I were chatting about it during the break, that this would be a good opportunity, wouldn't you think, for the kid?
I would think so. Get Carvajal out into the ball game. Let him go a couple of innings.
Slowly hit. Atkins will have to hurry. By a step. Let's take a look at who's hot in the American League. David Ortiz, 5 for 10 his last 3 games, including that walk-off home run yesterday to beat the Orioles. Buddy Bell gets the job in Kansas City. They swept the Yankees. They won again tonight. So Buddy Bell off to a 4-0 start. Besednik, 28 bags. That's working out for the White Sox.
Boy, is it ever.
They trade Carlos Lee. They give up Pop for a guy who can run at the top of their lineup. And the thing about Besednik is last year, you know, he was a 260 kind of hitter. Last time I checked him, he was up in the high 280s.
Stealing some bases.
And he'll walk, too.
And he'll walk and play a great center field for you.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Hey, by the way, tomorrow, Fuji and King Soopers photo day is Saturday. It's tomorrow, 3:30 to 4:30. Bring your camera, take your picture of your favorite Rocky or of Drew Goodman. Entrance into the ball game, you can go through gates A and D for this photo day. It'll be for an hour, 3:30 to 4:30. If you don't want to come around for that, the gates will open at 4:35 p.m. for the 6:05 start versus the Cincinnati Reds. Those guys act like it's wet.
I know. What is going on out there?
What are they doing?
They're doing their 2-man wave. Don Mills had to start that. He didn't realize that was done before the wave. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It is raining out.
Imagine that.
We need that, though.
Imagine
we
that.
Haven't had much rain lately.
There he is, Don. Calm down. Run your camera, Don.
High on life again. Ooh, that was very close. Almost got the slider on the outer edge against Felipe Lopez.
Some guys will do anything to get on camera. You know, you ever seen them when the music plays and they all start dancing and they want to get on the Jumbotron?
You know,
Don wants to get on TV.
Yeah, when we were doing the Nuggets for so many years right here on FSN, Mills was a whenever Scott would whenever Scott would do a any sort of feature, right, Don? You became a star. There you are. Who loves you, huh? You forget to tip your what's Travis doing out of the truck?
What's he
He's
doing
supposed to be running the truck.
And you're not even giving him your raincoat. What kind of friend are you? Well, that's all right. I remember the night Brian Peters wouldn't give up his raincoat to his wife Sam. She sat up there just froze in a pouring down rain.
She hasn't let him forget about that.
No, she hadn't.
Felipe Lopez works out a walk, so 1 on with 1 out for Sean Casey. I tell you, it was unbelievable. For a few years there, Donnie Mills was signing more autographs than most of the Nugget players.
Well, when you win 11 games,
yeah,
you know, come on.
Yeah, guys like Roscoe Svetkovich would walk right by, exactly, and Don Mills would be signing autograph.
What was the guy's name again?
Roscoe Svetkovich.
What's he doing now?
I have no idea. He was 6'11", George, and he drove like a you know, one of those little
Volkswagen.
Golfs. Yeah, I mean, it was a tiny car. It's like a Mini Cooper or something.
A Mini Cooper? Wait a minute now. A Mini Cooper? What was his name again?
Roscoe Svetkovich.
Did he ever get to play?
Yeah, I'll tell you a great line about Roscoe Svetkovich. This goes way back. This was when Shaq was in Orlando.
That is a few years back.
Yeah, and the Nuggets.
And about 6 rings.
Unfortunately, back then, you know, they were getting their butts handed to them by Orlando, and Shaq was still in the game. He's probably a timeout away from coming out. Here's the 2-0. Casey swings and fouls it off 2-1. So Shaq's still in the game. Svetkovich, I told you, he's 6'11", right? He's a center.
Yeah.
He's a European kid, nice kid. Goes in the ball game. He's all excited. He runs out on the floor, and he looks around. Shaq's still out there, okay? He's a center. Turns around and looks at the bench. He goes, "Who do I have?" Like, you know, covering Penny Hardaway or something. Is that all you need to know about Roscoe?
I'm done.
It's off his foot. It's a foul ball. 2-2. Lopez at first base. The umbrella's out at Coors Field. Have you checked the weather report for tomorrow? Are we going to have a sunny day? Kim bounces off the mound and
wrong guy. Casey's not carrying a glove.
They may have a chance at second base. Relaford's throw is right in time. That was interesting. Barmes threw the ball to first, thinking he's going to complete the double play. There was only one problem. There was nobody covering first base.
Yeah, Kim went through with it, and he was like, hey, there's a guy over there by the bag. He just doesn't have on the same color uniform. Yeah, watch this. I mean, it's tough play. He gets right off, grabs it, but you can see where Gonzalez out of the corner of the screen took off, and then Barmes just fires. Casey's like, hey, I didn't wear the glove. I just got through hitting. Don't throw to me. Very good recognition by Barmes because Casey is a first baseman. Well. All right, that's a stretch. That'll be the 11th error on Clint Barmes, allowing Casey to go to second, 2 outs. Austin Kearns, a home run and a single tonight. He takes a fastball for a strike. Blaine Neal throwing now for the Rockies. Big swing. And he throws out Kearns. That's all for the Reds in the top of the 7th. There was a walk and a man left. We're having fun in the rain, the Rockies. The Rockies enjoying the evening so far. They're up 10-2. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Colorado Rockies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Colorado Rockies. Luis Gonzalez will lead things off against Ricky Stone. And he takes a strike. Luis 2 for 4 tonight. The Rockies have 15 hits. The Reds just 4. Jeff Francis in line for his 5th win. And the record at Coors Field will extend to be 6 and love. How about that? And he'll match Darren Oliver's start. I've got something for you, George, in a moment. I want to show you. What are you going to show me? What do you got for me? An oddity of sorts. And it's fouled off. Okay, remember how hard Carlos Beltran helped, Pedro Martinez helped recruit Carlos Beltran? Oh man, it went crazy for him, yeah. When he was a free agent. Well, Carlos has returned the favor. He has 7 home runs this year for the Mets. All have come when Martinez has started. He has not hit 1 home run when anybody else has started. Oh man, could you not have returned a favor any better than that? Yeah, Glavin's a little hot at him. Yeah, Glavin say, wait a minute, you don't understand how this is supposed to work. Chris Benson saying, hey, where's mine? 0-2 fouled off. By the way, 21,160 braved the weather to show up at the ballpark tonight. Bless you. It's 21,000 hearty souls. Luis Gonzalez getting a start this evening, initially at third base, but he was switched to first for Todd Helton right before the ball game. He's gone on strikes. Todd not feeling well, flu-like symptoms. So Todd not starting for just the 3rd time this year. Holiday's kept his hitting streak alive. Had a single and a ribby his last time up. Matt's hitting 8 straight. Desi Relaford's hitting 8 straight. He just looks comfortable right now. Well, he really does. And Mitch, when we talked to him and interviewed him after the game last night, first comment out of his mouth is, you know, the ball really looks big. I'm really in a nice place right now at the plate. There's just certain days you go up, and just everything just feels so comfortable. yesterday, today, obviously. The last 8 games have felt pretty good to Matt Holliday. Well, it's just kind of a light mist continues to fall here at Coors Field. Good day to be inside, huh, Sam? Always, he tells us.
Ask Marino. It's a good day to go camping.
Today would be a very bad day to go camping.
He's going camping tomorrow night, I think.
No, he's not.
Oh, you going skiing tomorrow at A Basin? Tomorrow, last day at A Basin? Sunday, last day at A Basin.
There'll be some snow up there today.
Silverton's still open, George. I know you wanted to try to get one more.
Now
day
you're going tomorrow morning. What time are you going to get up and go? Like 5? 9
No,
o'clock?
you got to wait a little bit because it's, you know, it's spring skiing. This is going to drop also for Holiday. This kind of an off year. Normally, A Basin stay open into July. Tonight, it's a look back at some of the best moments from the past with baseball legend and all-time hit king Pete Rose, plus Ravens cornerback Deion Sanders, and a whole lot more. It's the Best Damn Sports Show period tonight, 10:30 only on FSN. Preston's had himself a night, 3 for 4. And the one out he made was a rocket at the third baseman Randa. Here's the home run from the 5th inning. Took over the team lead with that home run. He has 8, 7 for Clint Barmas. Preston tomahawks one high and deep left field. Taking a good look. You won't see that one for long. Have a night.
And stay hot.
Two-run shot for Wilson. Makes it 12-2 Colorado. Look at the hit, 17-4.
Fastball, middle half. Watch Preston. Swings it, drops the bat, and takes off. Preston now with 31 RBIs on the year.
That ball was hit hard by Moore to center field. 15th time in Wilson's career he's hit 2 in a game.
You know, it's got to be the first time in probably, just guessing, 8 months, maybe 9, that he's felt 100%. Missed most of last year with the knee surgery. Missed all the spring. I mean, very protected through spring. They didn't want the knee to get hurt in spring training. So again, and you know, you look at April basically as his spring training.
Yeah, he is warmed up. You know, Wrigley Field, George, he had 3 home runs, drove in a run every day in Chicago. See it start to come together. Oh, 2 on Atkins. And a 4-hit day for Preston, the 9th time in his career he's produced 4 in a game. The last time, August 3rd, 2003, the Rockies playing at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. And September's last multi-homer game of 03, that was against the Diamondbacks. 1 and 2 on Atkins. That's off Casey's glove. And no play for Rich Aurelia. That was a bullet. They're going to give an error to Casey.
Wow.
That may be a tough error.
Yeah,
he had to move to reach that, and it was hit a ton. That may be one they change.
I'm going to wait a little while before I mark that one in the books.
I'm with you, partner. Desi Relaford, 1 for 3 and a walk, an intentional pass. And Desi lifts one high in the air to deep right field and caught by Austin Kearns. He gave it a ride. That is the final out of the 7th inning. The Rockies scored 2 more. P-Dub, Preston Wilson with his 2nd jack of the ball game. The Rockies lead it. It's not a Jeep. Well, it's been a fun night at the old ballpark. Rockies were delayed by 31 minutes beginning this ball game due to rain. But they've rained on Cincinnati ever since. 12 runs on 17 hits for Colorado. Preston Wilson 4 hits, including 2 home runs. Byung-Hyun Kim remains out there. Joe Randa takes a 2nd strike. Randa in the ball game, 2 ground outs and a punch out. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Randa smoked the slider. That'll bring up Rich Aurelia. Aurelia's 1 for 3. The home run he hit in the 6th inning, he could have cut that up and got about 6 hits out of it. Watch where this thing lands.
Yeah, it had a little airtime under it, did it?
Inside corner strike. A home run for Aurelia, his 4th. It's the 23rd time in his career he has started at 2nd base, 2nd time this year. Well, the Rockies thought about bringing him in a couple of years ago when he was a free agent. Ended up signing with Seattle. And that's a wild pitch from Kim. He leads the Rockies staff. He has 7 of those. And the Rockies lead the National League with 29 wild pitches. That's Ramirez throwing. Rosardo. Two and 2 on Aurelia. Reds hitting in the 8th. The Reds the last few years a team that hits a lot of home runs and they strike out a lot. The Adam Dunn, who you'll see the next couple of days, struck out a major league record 195 times last year. Of course, he hit 46 home runs. Griffey, when he's healthy, will hit a lot of home runs. Kearns can hit the ball out. Casey will hit some. And that's ball 4. And that will not please Clint Hurdle. Nobody out. You're up by 10 runs. Throw the ball over the plate.
You're absolutely right. And Cincinnati's 0 for 4 tonight with runners in scoring position. The Rock 6 for 16. A lot better number than what we watched over the trip. Basically the month of May. Hey, here's a little trivia for you. What's John Matlack doing now?
Left-hander, huh?
Pitch for the Mets. It's not close.
Another wild pitch, and everybody moves up 90 feet. Kim's frustrated. When he misses, he can miss very badly, and from his arm angle, it's a handful to catch it.
Yeah, it is, particularly when you miss that far out on the left-hand batter's box from that angle. It's difficult to do. By the way, John Matlack, roving minor league pitching instructor for the Detroit Tigers. You were worried about that. I thought maybe I'd look that up for you.
Oh, when he was pitching for the Mets, we lived in the same town.
He was pretty good.
He was very good. Oh, Kuzman, Matlack, and Seaver. Pretty good three.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
3-0 right now on Jason LaRue. I think Clint wanted to see Kim handle at least 2 of the final 3 innings, if not all 3, save the bullpen. And he may not have that luxury.
Yeah, he may not have, and that's why you see a little movement down there earlier. It was Neal was up. Now it's looks like Carvajal starting to throw.
3-2 on the check swing.
Well, Matlack's career 125 and 126, but look at the astonishing earned run average, 3.18.
I never would have guessed that. I would have guessed he was 20 games over 500. You ever win 20? 3-2 on LaRue, and a line drive base hit. Around second is Aurelia. He'll get the stop sign at third. Miranda scores, and it's 12-3. Well, the high win total was 17 for Matlack at 76.
Well, one more look at it, and again, Kim, when you're not around to play with a slider or your fastball, but more times obviously with your fastball, it gives the hitter the opportunity to sit for that one pitch. And there's still nobody out. The Rockies lead it by 9. A pretty good 7th.
Jason Romano, 1 for 2. Hit by a pitch also.
Who do you think's managing the rookie club for the New York Mets? The kid, Gary Carter.
You know what? I remember that. I read that somewhere.
Gulf Coast Mets.
St.
Lucie, Florida.
John Stern's still working in their organization as a roving instructor. What'd you think of Terry Fry's piece today in the Denver Post, George? And it's every couple of years, Terry's always championed this cause. Irv Brown has as well. Trying to get baseball back at the University of Colorado and Colorado State. When you were at Oklahoma, you used to play CU.
Yeah, we played Colorado. Irv Brown was the man, was the coach of that ball club. It was always fun to come in here, and I hope it happens. I really do. I think that every Big 12 school, and well, really every Division I school should have baseball.
Now we're going to have Mike Bowen on, the new AD at the University of Colorado, sometime in the not too distant future.
So I can hammer him then?
No, you know what? I'm really happy for Mike. He's
I am too.
I know you are. He's going to do a good job. Ground ball right side. He's from Boulder, Desi, and the Rockies aren't going to get anybody there. The throw is a little bit low to Barmas, and a run scores. It's 12-4. You know, last day I know there's only 6 outs to go in this ball game, and you're up by 8 runs. But you don't want it. You want to finish it properly. You don't want to get sloppy.
Don't play ugly.
See who they charge the error to. Will it be Relaford on the delivery or Barmas for not catching it? They're going to give it to Barmas.
It'll be his 12th, second of the ball game. And Clint's going to make a double switch. Garabito's going to come in. Relaford will leave. And he'll go to the bullpen and get Carvajal. Yeah, Clint always talks about give me something to hang on to. And Kim did in the 7th, but the 8th, things fell apart for him.
Standard.
Rockies leading at 12-4 in the top of the 8th. 2 runs have come around for the Reds. The Rockies have not produced an out yet. Marcus Carvajal comes in for the 16th time. And by and large, this 20-year-old, the youngest player in baseball, has done a nice job.
Well, they got to work out of this small jam here with nobody out. Runners at first and second.
Longtime veteran Louis Lopez will be the pinch hitter. Pinch hit for Ricky Stone. Eddie Garabito comes in, as George mentioned, the double switch. Desi Relaford, who made the last out in the bottom of the 7th, departs. And strike 1. LaRue is at second base, Romano at first. Scores from around baseball today. 3-2 final, Washington over Florida. Florida's been scuffling. Arizona at Philadelphia, they were postponed because of rain. Same deal with San Francisco, playing at shady night against the Mets. Pittsburgh beat Atlanta 3-1. St. Louis shut out Houston 2-0. Two and one on Lopez. Fouled off. Chris Carpenter obviously pitched well for the Cardinals tonight again. San Diego in the 8th inning at home, leading the Cubs 6-2. That may end the Cubs winning streak. Dodgers trailing Milwaukee at home in the 6th, 4-1. 2-2 on Lopez. Rockies looking for outs. They'll get one there. Carvajal fans Lopez. Sonic good replay. The work of Jeff Francis tonight. After 2 subpar outings, he was very good tonight. He gave up 2 runs in 6 innings. Both runs solo home runs. He struck out 6. He was in control throughout, and he stands to win for the 5th time this year against just 2 defeats. Ryan Friel takes a strike. Final numbers for Francis: 4 hits, 2 runs, 6 Ks. Good work.
Yeah, the Rockies hang on to win this thing, which they should, up 8. It would be his 5th win and tie Brad Holsey of the Arizona Diamondbacks. The rookie leaders among wins.
Friel's 0 for 4 in the ball game. What do you like to call guys like Friel, George?
Dirt ball. Like to get their uniform dirty, play the game hard and right. Is that fair?
Yeah, good description of it. Mike, you win with a lot of dirt balls, you know that?
You absolutely do.
Mix in a couple of sluggers. Some guys who can throw the baseball a little bit. You gotta have a high dirt ball factor. I've always believed that, though. Strike 3. Friel knew it. Carvajal's come on. He fans Lopez, and now he fans Friel.
I realize it's an 8-run ball game, but it's also a ball game that this youngster's coming into, and it just freezes him right there. Just don't get carried away with the punch out. You always got to watch your mannerisms on the mound, control your emotions, because you don't finish the inning with 2 outs. It has to be 3.
Felipe Lopez 0 for 3 and a walk. Two and 0 on Lopez. His 14-game hitting streak's on the line. Hitting streak the best of his career. Three and one. In the air to deep left field. Holiday will have a play. And that is all for Cincinnati in the 8th. But they did pick up a couple of runs. Randa and Aurelia came around. 12-4 Colorado. Middle of 8. Bank One game summary. The Rockies lead at 12-4. They have out-hit the Cincinnati Reds 17-6. Todd Helton, the late scratch, flu-like symptoms. Luis Gonzalez took his place at first base. He was already in the lineup. Garrett Atkins was added. Preston Wilson has had a gorgeous evening, 4 for 5, including a pair of home runs. He has driven in 3. And the new pitcher is Elizardo Ramirez.
Yeah, 5th game he's appeared in, 17 2/3. Young kid. We're getting an awful lot of games like this till he gets his feet on underneath him. Good, strong arm. Actually has started to back off the fastball a little bit to get more control, but can't get it to the low to mid-90s.
Former property of the Philadelphia Phillies. He was signed as a 16-year-old out of the Dominican. Pretty good slider there. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2 on J.D. Clossert. He was part of the Corey Lytle deal. August of last year. And Ramirez just 22. Some very good minor league numbers. George, 43-19 with a 2.71 ERA in the minor leagues. Friel in center field will handle it. And that'll give Eddie Garabito his first plate appearance of the ball game. Garabito came in the double switch last inning. Eddie hitting .500 in his big league career. 2 straight hits. Switch hitter. See that last bounce?
Not pretty.
Now a lot of topspin. Sean Casey thought he'd go over and just help out, do a little grass keeping. I think shot under his glove. 1-1 on Garabito. Eddie's got a little pop in his bat. Two and two. Said he's going to give the baseball that he received, first major league hit, to his son Eddie when he comes to town next week.
Good for him.
Yeah. Barmas on deck. Left center field. Friel and Romano. And almost a miscommunication. Romano takes it.
One thing impressed me about Garabito, here you are in an 8-run ball game. That ball flied to center field. When caught, he's 6 steps from second base. He can fly.
No excuse not for running hard, playing hard. Barmas has 3 hits tonight. Average back to 330. Good one to pick out here, 2-0. On Clint. He has 9 3-hit games this year, or at least 3 hits in a game 9 times. High and tight, 3-2 though on the swing. Only player in the National League with more games of at least 3 hits. No surprise, Derek Lee. Here's the list. Brady Clark having a very good year in Milwaukee. Grzelcyk. He had a 4-hit game against the Rockies a couple of days ago. Ball 4. American League scores. Boston beat the Angels 7-4 at Fenway. Detroit over Baltimore 5-2. The White Sox beat Cleveland 6-4. Kansas City won again for Buddy Bell, 2-1 over Texas. The Yankees went down again. Minnesota beat them in Minneapolis 6-3. Toronto won in Oakland 6-2, and Tampa Bay in the 8th leading Seattle 6-1.
Is that Halladay again?
Is Roy going today?
32. Is that Roy Halladay? Number 32 for your Toronto Blue Jays.
Checking, George.
Checking. Go to tape. Now Gonzalez quietly tonight, 2 for 5, couple of singles with a run scored.
George, you're very good remembering numbers. Halladay going for his 9th win against just 2 losses, and it looks pretty good right now.
Looks like he might be starting the All-Star game for the American League the way he's going.
He may get another Cy Young the way he's going. Gonzo will have a 3-hit day. Barmas will cut second and move to third. 18th hit for the Rockies.
And then he had the hottest hitter, one of them, Matt Halladay, getting ready to come to the plate. Slider down and away, didn't try to pull it inside out swing, just went to the right center field area with it where the ball was pitched. Just took advantage of it.
On Halladay. Most hits in a ball game this year for Colorado, 19 on May 13th against the Diamondbacks here at Coors Field. Also the day they scored the most runs they've scored this year, 18. Holiday hits it opposite field and fairly deep, but it's playable for Kearns. That will end the 8th inning with the Rockies ahead 12-4. We will go to the 9th. Comfortably ahead 12-4 as we've arrived at the top of the 9th inning. Drew Goodman, George Frazier here. And in the studio, Tim Ring to tell you about what's coming up next. Tim?
Yeah, Drew, pretty good stuff on tap tonight. George Karl, believe it or not, has been suspended by the NBA. We'll tell you for how long and what he did to get that kind of punishment. Rod Smith talking today at Dove Valley. Did Jerry Rice even ask him to take number 80 away? We'll hear what Rod had to say about that. And also Kellen Winslow Sr. defending Kellen Winslow Jr. Apparently the media is to blame for young Kellen getting on that motorcycle last month.
I'll be interested to hear what Kellen Sr. has to say, Tim. I like and have great respect for Kellen Jr.'s dad. You know, unlike any dad, you can stick up for your son.
Sure you are.
Privately, may not be too happy with his son.
Privately, you might be going, what are you doing getting on the bike? Well, there's a happy guy. Hopefully the Rockies finish this thing off. Carvajal go out and pitch it. Get it over with in the 9th. Did a nice job in the 8th inning, bailing Kim out of any difficulty with a couple of strikeouts.
You know what I like about him, though, George? You know, we see him every day. From day to day, if he pitched the previous day and he threw exceptionally well as he did tonight, or if he had a rough outing, which he doesn't have many of, obviously, you don't know by his demeanor.
Nope, you sure don't. You don't have any idea what kind of night he had or what kind of day.
No, he always has good days. You know that.
He's a good kid. He always has good days.
Right.
Yeah. But he's a good kid. I mean, I just like the way he has handled his poise for somebody 20 years old, never pitched out of able. That's pretty amazing.
Oh, 0-2 Carvajal ahead of Sean Casey. It's got to be pretty neat for a kid like Carvajal. Coming from A-ball, you're learning everybody's names. Now you just look at the guy. You don't even have to look at the back of his jersey. You go, oh man, that's Sean Casey.
Yeah, how you doing? Don't be afraid to send an autograph over in a little while.
But Casey's the kind of guy that would oblige. Is there a nicer guy than Sean Casey?
No. Yeah, I mean, the very first time going into Atlanta and I saw Hank Aaron behind the cage in a suit of clothes. I said, man, I'd love to have that guy's autograph. I just stood over there with the ball for about 10 minutes, had a pen in my hand. He finally looks at me and goes, would you like my autograph? I said, boy, would I ever. Thanks for asking. Yeah, and I had just walked over and gave him the ball. I said, thank you, Mr. Aaron.
2-2. And that's played by Carvajal, the comebacker. One out. Austin Kearns will take his turn, the cleanup hitter tonight. Single and a home run his first 2 times up. Caught looking at a ground out since then. Deep shot right field. Moore catches it nicely on the rebound. Pretty interesting. Leap, couldn't grab it. And he was able to get it very quickly. Fires it in, a double for Kearns. Watch this. Leap, no baseball. Ricochet grabs it. Like Spider-Man. Joe Randa is 1 for 4. That's a strike. The pitchers tomorrow night at Coors Field for Cincinnati, Aaron Harang, who's actually been pitching very nicely, 4-2 with a 2.97 ERA. Jamie Wright, for the Rockies. 2-5, 6.39 ERA. On the air tomorrow night at 5:30 on FSN with the pregame show. Deep in the hole, Barmas collects, fires, 2 outs. And take a look at our Gatorade player of the game. How about the guy in center field, number 44? 4 for 5, a couple of home runs. Preston drove in 3. Congratulations, Preston, our Gatorade player of the game. Rich Aurelia with 2 outs, and Kearns at third. Sunday matchup, another left-hander will go for Cincinnati, Brandon Clausen. Jason Jennings will go for the Rockies. So the next couple of days, fans will get a chance to see a couple of big-time sluggers for the Reds. Griffey Jr. over 500 home runs, and also Adam Gunn will be the ball game. Wilson fittingly runs it down in right center field. The Rockies win it going away 12-4. The winning pitcher, Jeff Francis, he improves to 5-2 on the season. The Rockies pound the baseball tonight. 12 runs on 18 hits. Eric Milton takes the loss. Milton falls to 3-7 on the year. So the Rockies now 3-2 on the homestand. They've won 2 in a row. Welcome to the Rocky Mountain.